They'll be calling you a radical. Hi, Kevin Blanch. I got some news on Fukushima that I think a lot of people think, oh, this isn't prevalent. It's not that. I think this is as important as any news that's ever come out of Fukushima. As I think people have lost their way as far as the context of what really matters and what counts. And as I was asked today by one of my YouTube supporters, two of them actually, a young female and an older man, who are on the exact opposites of the spectrums. An old, disabled, African-American male, a young, Utah, white female. Completely the opposite spectrums that way, exactly identical. Their emails are so identical, so much alike. As there has been news on Fukushima, as statements were given over the weekend, this gig's over. It is going over, and I'll tell you how it's over. And she asked me, Kevin, it's so important that your Occupy videos, I think, are so important. Yeah, this is all the same thing. Fukushima, the Occupy, man, it is all so real. It is so real. As I said a long time ago, the Occupy movement was the sex. The 9-month pregnancy, the infant was born in June over the summer, the peace signs, the love, whatever, that loving child, that child has got to grow and be raised now. This is not some AstroTurf, Teabagger, Koch brothers sponsored fucking bullshit. This is real. The Occupy movement worked so far, miles to go. As out in the street, that's where we'll meet. You guys did such amazing work. The political spectrum is changing. The progressives' voice are being heard. I haven't seen on current TV, Pussy TV. I haven't seen on Pussy TV Cenk saying aggressive progressive. If he's an aggressive progressive, what the fuck am I? Holy fuck, if that's aggressive, you and I need to have a talk. The artist, I'll link this, the famous cartoonist from Japan who's a hard right conservative. The hard rightist conservative artist. He did a piece. It's massive. Again, the art moving. He's a hardcore, taking so much ridicule. He has a huge following. Hard right. He said no nuclear power. As read through these things, they are powerful. It's over there. As Switzerland gave statements over the last week, their leaders came out and said, as they did the same thing as Germany, the gold standard of how this will go work across the world, it's going to happen, is Germany, is Switzerland. Was it Fukushima that changed this dynamic? No, it was the people of Japan. It was the people of Germany. It was the people of Switzerland. It was the people of the Occupy movement as they were maced in the street, and they exposed what radical fucking repression this fucking 30-year conservative cycle has been. Nuclear power is over, and I've been working, as you know, I got so sick a year ago. My whole goals, my bigger goal was to make it till October, as my daughter's getting married on Saturday. My doctors, when I was in, this is how acute and how afraid for my life was, and how I really thought, I mean, this is every doctor telling me I'm gonna go. I told everybody around me, including my doctors, just keep me alive for my daughter's wedding. That's all I care. I remember telling my daughter, if I could sign a contract that I get 2 years of life and then I die, I will take it right now. That's how acute, that's how sick I was. As Lee asked me, he says, there's this guy in the UK, this so-called put up on a pedestal scientist who says this radiation, low-level radiation isn't shit. Let me say this. To all you people who say this, is not the mass murderer that it is. It is this simple. Everybody who invented this monster, everybody who is the smartest minds in the world, who incorporated this monster, everybody who dropped this monster, used this monster. The Manhattan Project, the Enola Gay, all of it. As I've been working on a film, and I'm almost done with it. I've been working on it all month. It's my best piece of work by miles. I've been shooting video from some of the most marquee, inspirational, incredible landscapes. I got some incredible fucking footage, just incredible video of places that very few people have ever even set foot, let alone their eyes have seen. I'm putting it all together in the nuclear triangle, in the nuclear vagina. Remember what Oppenheimer said after. Remember what Einstein said after. Remember what John Goffman, that's with one F, said after. Remember what Sakharov, as he won it. Nobel Prize, Pulitzer Prize winning, all of these guys. If you think low-level radiation, you're smarter than all those guys, you're not smarter than all those guys. Were those guys right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, were they right. As the Tsar bomb was cut back from 100 to 50, did they have guilt and blood on their conscience? Oh yes. Was it sincere guilt? Oh, how could it not be? Any person even has a flickering of a conscience. Anybody who says this thing is nothing, this thing is freaking just low-level hype, these are the most ignorant statements. They make such a Gupta, let's go fishing at Chernobyl, look like a puppy dog or a butterfly. They make the Democrats look like a tigers. Oh yeah, they used to be the tigers as they evolved to the butterfly. They make Republicans, the neocon Tea Party, fucking look like Einstein. It is a mass murdering, evil, slow, manipulating killer, as it was said by him himself. This, we will pay the generation 1, 2 generations removed. This thing is growing and growing, and it's killing now. And everybody says, well, look in Japan. Let's be very clear about this in Japan. Very, very clear about this in Japan. As the amount of plutonium, cesium, the contamination, as the 4 cult meltdowns are still going on right now. All 4 are still occurring. As China syndrome, as why is nothing being done? Because nobody knows what to do. What are the consequences going to be in this? No one knows. But is there going to be a consequence? Oh yes, there's going to be a reaction from the inaction. As it's said by so many of you political pundits, you people, that this is all just trends. That's like, I was a fundamentalist on Wall Street. That's why Stokes said, I'm about earnings, I'm about forward PEs, I'm about fucking real revenues. If that's true, if this is all cycles and fucking trends, which that is the big, ignorant fucking statements, that would take the quantum leap to say men are not responsible for their actions. Men are responsible for their actions, and they are responsible for their inactions. For every action there is a consequence, and I'll tell you what, if you think 4 cold meltdowns are just going to go away, and they're going to go and that fission's going to build, and it's going to build, and it's going to build for 550 plus days and just continue to go on, and there's not going to be a consequences, you are one ignorant, you know, go join the teabagger movement. Get in the Republican Party where you belong. This is political, this is philosophical, this is, as I've turned it, posted it, this is massive. This is history. The culture is shifting. And the people of the Occupy Wall Street, they did change. It worked. It worked. That baby has been born. That infant has been, he's 3, 4 months old now, been raised all summer. As I got sick a year ago, my daughter just called me, says, what song are we going to dance to? I says, you know. The logical song? No. Forever Young. That's my agenda here. This is real. This is not astroturf. This is not grooming and posturing. This is fucking real. I have grandchildren. You have grandchildren. I love children. I love other people's children. I am a believer. I am a believer. I'm a believer that our actions on this earth, wherever our spirit may go, as Einstein himself said, I proved that the body has energy and masses of energy, and we know that energy never ceases to exist. We have to do this, for life is a test, and not a freaking nuclear test in the trench in Nevada, a real test. The philosophy has changed in Japan. As that cartoonist, as people have said, they're coming out, people that would never say this, are coming out. Things are changing in this world fast. Is it too late? For a lot of people, it's going to be too late. Modern medicine has saved my life to date. As you fuckers want to continue looking out of these, go right the fuck ahead and continue to fucking look out of these fuckers. Take them off and view and step back and view from the broader perspective and listen to the words of the people. Listen to the words of the artists. Listen to the fucking dug in, dogmatic demographic. Listen to his words and tell him to shut the fuck up and to fuck off. All you fuckers that have been grandstanding put up on a fucking pedestal, you're done. You're done. I don't give a fuck how much of these pieces of shit paper you got. They're fucking worthless. Nuclear's coming to an end, and you denial fuck cling on, and these fuckers will fight and fucking cling with everything they fucking got. It is the masses of the people that fucking change things. And you fuckers that call yourselves progressives, you are not progressives. He was a progressive. Kevin Blanch, the last progressive artist. What was that? 40 fucking years ago.